After 40 years away, an old man returns to the home he once built with his own hands, but nature has already taken everything back. Every step forward feels like walking into the past he left behind, and the future he no longer recognizes.
He has no map anymore, only memory guiding his tired heart. Even the trees feel unfamiliar, like they have forgotten him too. The world he once knew is gone, buried under decades of silence.
But something inside him refuses to turn back.
Age slows him down, but memory keeps pushing him forward. For a moment, he wonders if returning was a mistake.
Then something changes. The forest begins to feel different.
Through the mist, something familiar begins to appear. A shape he once called home, now consumed by time. His heart recognizes it before his eyes fully accept it. Each step feels heavier as he approaches what remains. Even the gate refuses to welcome him back easily. The home he built is now a skeleton swallowed by nature. Every wall remembers his hands, but no longer stands for him.
40 years of hope collapse into a single moment of grief.
The past does not welcome him. It only breaks him. But he is not alone for long. Help is coming.
Strangers see his pain and choose compassion instead of questions. They decide he should not witness destruction any longer.
He leaves his broken past behind, unsure what will remain. Far from the ruins, they prepare to rebuild what time destroyed. The reconstruction begins with clearing the grip of nature.
Years of neglect are carved away, piece by piece. Every man works without words, only purpose guides their hands.
What cannot be saved must be removed before rebuilding begins. Before rebuilding can begin, the land itself must be freed from decades of silence.
The house is not just old, it has been swallowed from the ground up. Step by step, chaos is pushed back to make space for restoration. Every broken piece tells the story of time's relentless weight. Even the smallest fragments must be undone before rebuilding can begin. They study what remains, searching for what can still be saved. New strength begins as dust, water, and effort merge into one. What was broken is now being filled with patient hands. A skeleton of hope rises around the wounded home. Each level rebuilt brings the house closer to life again. Every strike is a promise
that this home will stand again. Old memories are held up by new strength. Brick by brick, dignity returns to forgotten spaces. The house begins to forget its own decay. Above them, a new sky is being built for shelter.
Every connection is tested by strength and trust. Even at heights, the work never pauses. What was once exposed is slowly protected again.
Not even rain can stop the rebuilding of lost time. Now the house learns how to resist the weather once more. Eyes are returning to the house, so it can see the world again. Roughness fades as restoration takes shape. It is no longer a ruin, but not yet a home. Even the land around it must learn order again. From destruction, even the smallest life begins to return. The foundation of living must be made smooth again. Above every repaired space, protection finally takes shape.
Entry and exit are restored to a forgotten life.
Color returns where only memory once lived. With every stroke, the past is rewritten in new form. Even those who rebuild pause to witness change taking shape.
Light returns after years of darkness.
What was empty begins to hold life again. Even the wind learns how to move through a home again. What was once fragile now stands strong again. Time has been reversed, not by magic, but by hands.
The chaos that built it is now being erased.
All that remains now is the return of the man who built it.
Now that the structure stands again, life must be placed inside it.
Every surface now waits for memories to return. Order replaces the chaos that once consumed this home. Even the smallest remnants of the past must disappear.
Light finally claims this house again.
What once flickered in ruin now shines with stability.
A home is not just built with walls, but with what fills them. Even water now flows freely where silence once lived. Every corner now waits for a life that has not yet returned.
Outside, the world has changed, and so has what was lost within it.
Even those who rebuilt it know their work is finished. The builders disappear as quietly as they arrived. Their purpose was not to stay, only to restore. Now the house waits for its rightful owner. Time moves forward again, but something is still missing. The man who built it has not yet seen what has been done. He believes only loss remains ahead of him. But something is calling him back, without words. Step by step, fate guides him once again. What was broken is now whole, waiting to be seen. A place has been prepared for the one who once lost everything. Even the door now waits, as if it remembers him. The path home is no longer lost in time. And the man begins his return, not knowing what awaits him. Each step carries 40 years of memory. Between loss and restoration, only distance remains. Everything is ready for the moment of return. Even emptiness now feels like expectation. Something unseen pulls him closer.
Home is no longer a memory. It is real again.
Silence becomes the final preparation before reunion. The world holds its breath for what comes next. He does not yet understand, but something has changed.
Hope begins to return, quietly.
After a lifetime of wandering, the path finally ends where it began.
He cannot believe what his eyes are showing him.
The ruin he left behind is no longer there.
Every step now feels like stepping into a second life.
40 years collapse into a single moment of return.
Even happiness feels too heavy to believe. The door he once built now welcomes him again. This time, it does not reject him. The past opens itself to him. Everything he lost has been returned, rebuilt from memory. But nothing prepares him for seeing it alive again.
He is finally home.
Every corner remembers him. This is not loss anymore. It is restoration. Those who rebuilt it never came to claim anything. They return only to complete what they started. What was broken is now officially returned. The house is yours again. He cannot hold back tears anymore. 40 years of pain dissolves into gratitude. Their work is done, and his life begins again. At last, silence becomes peace instead of sorrow. The world has not changed, but he has. Even the sky feels new again. Home is no longer a memory, it is presence. Everything he lost has found him again. Nature no longer destroys, it now blesses. Pain finally releases its hold. Time has stopped hurting him. Even darkness feels safe now. He no longer searches. He belongs. This is what peace looks like after suffering. The journey has ended. Rest begins. The man who was lost has finally returned home. Even the world celebrates quietly. What was once ruin is now rebirth. And in the end, he did not just return home, he returned to life. Even the earth seems to remember him now. Each step no longer carries pain, only presence. The home stands not as memory, but as reality. What was broken no longer feels broken. Life begins to grow where sorrow once lived. The sky feels lighter when the heart is finally free. Even ordinary spaces now feel like blessings. Every object reminds him that he has returned. Flow returns to what was once still. Solitude no longer feels like loneliness. Even the wind feels like company now. He is not exploring, he is remembering. Some memories do not need pictures to exist. Nature has stepped back, respectfully. Even silence has learned to trust him.
Peace attracts life in quiet ways.
The forest that once swallowed him now stands still.
The path home remains open forever. Even returning has its moments of reflection. Every step is now part of a new story.
What he lost has been returned in a different form. Time itself seems to forgive what it once took. Rest finally feels like rest again. For the first time, sleep carries no fear. Even dreams are now gentle. The world is no longer something to escape.
He opens his life completely to the world again. Even broken things can function again. He belongs to both now, past, and present.
A man and his home finally reunited. Nothing more needs to be rebuilt. Even air feels purified by time.